Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Just another video of an equipment shed. This time this is just going to be a shelter roof system, but we are going to have 3 walls, no concrete floor. It's for a farmer, parks tractors, implements, things of that nature in. So we just had a pier foundation system. Got another video here somewhere all over the card. Show how we laid it out with the Stabila LA 180. We're just going to set all these columns on piers, sheet this thing, and we'll be done. As you can see behind me, we went ahead and built the end wall. Go ahead and build it all on the ground. We got a forklift. We can just pick that whole thing up at one time, bolt it together in the middle at the ridge, and we've got the whole wall in 2 lifts. Nothing's happening in the air because we have no scissor lifts on this job, and we don't have a concrete slab. Do everything on the ground we can, less work in the air, a lot safer. If you're new here, I'm Frederick. I'm a steel building contractor, and I hope you like these videos, and if you do, hit that subscribe button, give us a huge thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know how I can help you even further, and if I can't help you, let me know how you can help me. Let's build it. Setting this over, it's not lined up with this, it won't work. So you want this flange facing up the hill to the ridge. If the flange on the bottom of your knee goes out, the top goes over. If this is flipped the other way, this will hit the bottom of your seat. So we got a little notch right there. See that little hook? We're gonna face it toward the way this cable's gonna go. So it'll catch on that, and then this can move. If it's backwards, then this will just keep sliding, and your threads will catch right there on that. The first thing we done, we got our main frame stood. We girded up that back sidewall. That gives us a little stability from shaking. Now we need to get our purlins in these bays. But being this is only 60 foot wide and we got everybody here, we know we'll get it done before lunch, before we leave it. We don't want to just leave it like this. So if you had less guys, you'd go ahead and put the purlins on those main frames, get your cables in there. We have the equipment and the manpower. We're going to go ahead and lift this wall. We'll tie that back corner sidewall into this corner, and it'll help it stand. If you have all your anchor bolts set right and you check your measurements good, then every one of these posts will fall right into place. Let's hope that happens. So what we've done is I've set my purlins on the roof, but these main frames want to sway because they're not secured. That's why we want that eave strut and that sidewall secured. But we leave one side open, that way we can come in with our purlins with the forklift. But the best thing to do is get that eave strut on the side, go to the ridge, get your 2 bolts, and then if you can see, I used the forklift and push that beam over, and he put that first flange brace in there. That's going to take out a lot of that sway, easier to get our bolts in. Once we get them all in across that bay, then they won't sway as much. We got the cables in this bay. Go ahead and get those tight, squared up. Not perfect, but just get it somewhat That way we can build off of it. We'll put this whole building up finger tight. Then we'll square the whole building at one time with the cables. Those 4 corners plumb. Then we'll square the roof off of that. And then we'll tighten everything down. Once everything's tight, we're ready to run panels. So I made a mistake and I grabbed the wrong pile of Purlins, put them on the roof, we bolted them in. The rafters leaning way too much. We try to push it back. We figure out I've got the Purlins in the wrong bay because I grabbed them from the wrong pile. And now we've had to go back, take them all down. We had 4 right out of 12. So we're taking those 8 down that's wrong. We're gonna grab from this pile over here, which is the right Purlins for the right bay. Always check your measurements, check your marks. We'll put them right, then this 3rd rafter mainframe will come back straight like it's supposed to. We was having a hard time, or they were, because I done it wrong. Gotta pay attention to your plans, pay attention. So now we've had a hiccup. We've probably lost 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so of the day because I didn't check. Want to know about the tools that we use, I've got some links down in the description. When we get to this process in the build, we get our steel hung, we've got all our purlins and girts in, we've got our bolts in, but they're all finger tight. So the next step, we get our 4 corners plumb, we check our interior columns. Once we get it all square and plumb, and we'll use these cables. I don't know if you can tell in this second bay from the back, we've got the cables in the roof. That'll get our roof square. Once we get everything square using those cables, and we've got cables in the corners, the way the manufacturer designed this is we've got, instead of an X, we've got 2 angles in all 4 corners. We use those to get the end walls square. And then the sidewall here, we've got some X bracing. After we get everything square and plumb, then we'll go back and tighten all of our bolts. The rafter is leaning, the ridge is leaning in. See if I can get you a better shot. You can see that the ridge is leaning in. So the way we'll square that is we'll go to the roof cables and we'll pull them until that ridge gets straight. And we can check it by these interior or these columns on the end wall and make sure when those get plumb, then that should square our roof. Sometimes anchor bolts may be a little bit wrong and that column doesn't get exactly level or plumb. Sometimes you got to take a happy medium and both end walls have the same wrongness in the columns. They both leaning in the same on the level or both leaning out, and then we know we've got our roof squared. But ideally we want to get them perfectly plumb. One step that we take before we run the wall is we lay all of our panels and we stack them with the bottom flush with each other, get our measurement on our wall girts, and then I go back and I pre-drill my sheets. We use about a 9/64 bit. Some people use a little bit bigger, some a little bit smaller. You'll drill all of those panels at the same time. When you get the wall put up, stand out from the side of the building and look at it, then all of your screws are lined up. If your building is level, then you shouldn't have to worry about missing the girts. As long as every column has the clip at the same measurement. If your girts are sagging in the middle of your bays, pick them up with some wood or girt jack, keep them all straight. When you get it all screwed off, you can take that girt jack, take your wood out, Cables didn't work with pulling it, so we put our own strap in there. We moved it with a forklift, moved it over just on, got it plumb, and we went back and put a strap in there to hold it until we get these panels screwed down. And once they're screwed on that wall, we'll have our shear strength and then we'll move back.